Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Absolutely. So my community issue was the insanity plea. And what really attracted me to the insanity plea was this idea of corruption in the US criminal justice system. What a lot of people don't realize is that the criminals are manipulating the US criminal justice system all the time. They're taking the laws and twisting, turning them, mixing them, and making it so that they're reaping the benefits. They're not serving any time, they're just getting the benefits. They're getting housing, they're getting food, they're getting money, all because they twisted the law and made it work in their favor. And what really attracted me to this was that a lot of people don't even know what the insanity plea is. The insanity plea isn't a topic that people are walking down the street saying, you know what, oh, hey, have you heard about the insanity plea? No. The insanity plea is something that it's very select, and only if you're truly interested in it are you going to go out and search and see what's actually wrong with the issue. So that's why it attracted me to it, because I believe in educating the public and making sure that people know what their taxpayer money is being spent on.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action.
Yep.
Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Absolutely. So our call to action was really simple. It was just saying, you know what? As a taxpayer, as a US tax-paying citizen, if you don't like the way that a law is going, you have the right to change it. You have the right to bring it up to your state legislators, to your to your state house reps, to your senators, to your governor, to the attorney general, to anyone who's willing to listen. You have the right to bring up that issue. You have the right to question, okay, how much money is being spent on this issue? Where's this money coming from? Is this being taken out of education funds, housing fund, homeless funds? You have that right as a tax-paying U.S. citizen, and I think that that's one of the major the major problems is that people don't use this call to action. People don't think, you know what, I have this right. And that's why our call to action was just the basic encouragement of the public to speak out about certain issues, because many people don't know that that right is actually there.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
Yeah, definitely. So I think that my biggest strength is my ability to persuade. I think it's my ability to take an issue, to mold it, to mesh it, to fit it to each individual person, to fit anyone everywhere. Because people are only going to care about an issue if they have a personal connection to it. For example, I mean, what do I care about global warming? How is it going to affect me? You have to take that issue and say, you know what? Global warming is going to affect you because eventually there's not going to be enough air for you to breathe. That's definitely going to affect me. So the fact of the matter is that you have to take these issues and mold it to people. You have to say, you know what? You may not have a personal connection to the insanity plea. You may not know someone who's played criminally insane, been affected by somebody who's played criminally insane, but it's your money going towards them. It's your money that these criminals are taking and turning and saying, you know what? I'm going to keep this money. I'm going to plead criminally insane. That way I can avoid a jail sentence and live in a cozy psychiatric hospital for the rest of my life. You have to make it applicable to others. And I think that's definitely what my teammates would say that I do best, is that I can take an issue and say, you know what, this does apply to you, and therefore make people more interested in the topic.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
So I think the most challenging thing about working with a team is definitely going to be correspondence and communication. It's something that I've always struggled with, and I think that partner wise, we both struggle with it quite a bit. We have this problem where, you know what, we send a text, maybe we don't get a reply to the text, maybe the text doesn't go through, and I think that was our major problem, and it definitely reflected on the final project. And communication's a problem in every group. I mean, you've always got that problem, you know what, we can't meet up at this date, I have class then, I have work then, and it becomes an issue. Then you find yourself meeting at 10 o'clock at night because there's no other time of the day to meet. But we definitely were able to work past it, and I think that in the end we created a project that was worthwhile and very dedicated to the cause.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Comm 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
Absolutely. So, one of the biggest things that I'm going to take away from Comm 110 is this idea of body language. So, I was a debater in high school, and obviously you think, oh my gosh, you guys use a lot of body language and facial expressions. Not really. I mean, because in a debate setting, you're standing behind a podium, or we used to use like containers that we would place our speeches on top of, but your body is completely hidden. Your audience, your judge, is not seeing your body. He's not seeing the way that you're standing. He's not seeing the way that your feet are positioned. He's seeing your face. So obviously, we were able to control our facial expressions, but at the same time, we're not really learning much about body language. We could use our hands, but you can't really use your hands when you're stuck behind a podium. So by taking Comm 110 and being able to realize, oh my gosh, like it matters what my face looks like. It matters how I'm standing. It matters how my feet are positioned. It matters how I'm leaning. It really gave me an insight into seeing what your audience is looking for. You are the visual that your audience is seeing during your presentation, and therefore your body language has to reflect your passion, your persuasion, and your emphasis on how important the issue is. Because if your body language isn't going to show interest, why should your audience?
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time.